Jeffrey, almost a podium this weekend, an improvement in Argentina. How do you sum it up? And also Argentina, it looked like you were just like, this track is dangerous, just get me out of here safe.
Yeah, actually both tracks were not that great. I mean, this track could have been way better, but just from the organizational side, I think they ruined the track. Like, as you see in the MXD motors and MXGP motors, barely any people passed. Just all on track prep, you know. They should look at America, how good they do it. So, but yeah, I think the track in Argentina was pretty sketchy. This one was less sketchy just for racing. I think it wasn't nice to watch on TV. I watched the MX2 class, people just following, just the track wasn't really open to pass. But for me, that was not an excuse because I think I didn't have anything for Prado anyway. I felt sick all weekend and I was on shitter, so that wasn't fun. So every time I ate, it just went straight out and I felt like I didn't have any energy left by the second motor. And you could see on my riding, I was just riding and I was riding and that's it. There was not much fight in there anymore. So put our heads down. Hopefully Sardinia be a bit better again. I mean, we had even points with Favre for third, so I wasn't on the podium, but I matched his points. So still not where we want to be. We're far off Prado right now. He's just good, man. He's like really, really good. So to try to challenge him or beat him, we have to put our heads down and work hard.
And by work, what do you mean? Like, do you work like then, I need to increase my corner speed, I need to work on the bike, or obviously starts? What specifically will you work on the next few weeks to get to Prado's level?
I need everything better. I just my physical side. I think my physical side is fine. I need a bit more speed. I need better starts. I mean, I did a few good starts. Like Hodgson took 2 whole shots on the Dutch races. I took 2 really good starts. I took whole shots. So it's basically on the weekend. You know, I was always next to Prado, and he's just like a great starter. And he every time went to the ride, and then he messed up with my start. But you know, I knew that when I would line up next to him, he always goes a bit to the right, and he opens up for the first turn. So I knew it, so it's not like any excuse or anything. And even if I would have taken a whole shot today, I would have nothing for him. So it's all right. You know, we were again way better in Argentina, and next step is podium, hopefully.
Is it easy for you to accept not being the fastest? Because you've always pretty much been the fastest guy since you were probably 2. Is part of you still angry that you're not the fastest, or and the other part's going just be calm, or how is it for you mentally?
It's hard. Because right now, also on the hot laps, like in time practice, I was a second off. And I felt like when I crossed the finish line and I did the lap, I was like, oh, this is basically all I got for now. And I was still like 1 second off. So, I mean, I'm not getting any younger. I'm turning 30 almost. And you see the same with Tomac. I mean, he's been the fastest for 10 years. And now just, things, they change, So, let's hope he goes to the US, so at least he's gone next year.
Can we talk about these qualifying races? You've had 2 really, Argentina you nearly got landed on.
Yeah.
You thought, well, obviously Prado at the start, but then that head check going into that corner.
Yeah.
2 heart-stopping moments, and both coming in these qualifying races. What are your thoughts on trying to survive these?
I don't even understand, like, MXGP should really take a lesson of AMA, Supercross and Motocross. Like, just a one-day event. Like, that championship, they're like halfway in. I don't even know who's injured right now. I don't even think that guy's injured, like from the top guys. Here already half of the paddock, like Guadagnini is out, Renault is out, Fernandez out, Gears is out, just in the first 2 races. So they should one light start to it, like, hey, what are we doing wrong, But yeah, if it keeps going like this, at some point there's no riders almost left, Van Donning breaking his leg. So I just think that organization is I mean, our organization is not bad. I'm not saying it's bad in MXGP, but I think the way they prep the tracks, they're more safe, way better for passing, and they should just look at it and try to copy what they're doing.
The Sand's next, so do you feel extra pressure to win that, and are you looking at points already, or are you pretty relaxed about everything because you're improving week to week?
Basically, I'm just losing every single moto, mate. I'm like, every single moto, I'm just losing like 5 points or something. So right now, I don't even know how much I'm down, like 25 or 30, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know. But there's a lot of work to do, and I mean, it's just such a long championship. There's like 54 motors to go. So even if you're 30 points down on a 54 motor championship, it's not good. But I mean, I've had years I was leading by 150 points and I still lost the championship. Like honestly, 2 years in a row. So it doesn't mean a thing. But also right now, I need to be honest. Like Gajser and mainly Prado is just faster. So it is what it is.
It feels like you're still enjoying this, even though you aren't enjoying the challenge. Yeah. So whenever you quit racing, what will you do to fulfill this void that will probably, because you don't really know anything else and you've always been the best at it?
Yeah. spend money and eat hamburgers. No, I don't know. Like,
Do you think about that now that you're getting older, or are you just focusing on racing?
Like I always said, like it might be might be my last contract, but now once it's coming closer, because actually my contract finishes end of next year, I'm like, I'm still doing okay. I'm still like a top 5 guy, and actually could be a top 3 guy when I'm in a better shape. With so many brands attending the MXGP at some point, like Triumph coming, Ducati coming, then you have the Gas, Husqvarna, KTM, Kawasaki, Honda, Beta. There's so many brands coming. So I'm like, yeah, like why would I stop end of next year? Okay, definitely if I get big injuries again, yes, different story. But I mean, for now, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to do it till I'm 35, but I'm not saying I want to stop already next year. I think it's a bit early, and as long as I'm still within top 3, top 5, I should be okay. And maybe a year in America or something like Caroli did, or?
I don't know. Like, for sure no Supercross because I have to learn that. But yeah, maybe nationals. But if I look at Lawrence, I can even right now I'm not even able to beat Prado yet. Then I have no chance against Lawrence because he's a next level guy. So as long as he's racing, I'm not coming.
Right, final question. Most people here and anybody that's watched you ride and your guys' level can't understand how you go so fast.
Yeah.
Do you understand how you go so fast? And B, do you not understand how everyone else is so slow? And I don't even mean GP guys. I mean, like, if you go to a club race, do you like go, why are you going so slow? Because it's the opposite for you, maybe?
Yeah, but I respect them. Those guys, they ride for fun. They work from 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. Yeah, they go ride on a weekend day, on a Wednesday evening or whatever, just for fun. So it's different. I respect them because thanks to those people, they buy bikes, they buy parts. Thanks to them, we have a living out of the sport, you know, because we need people to buy the bikes. If not, you know, the bike brands get bankrupt. So no, I really respect those people, and I respect the fans just coming out to the races because thanks to them we're having a job, like me, you, riders, athletes, team members. So yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Jorge. Jorge Prado, pretty much the perfect day for a rider of your level to have the Spanish crowd with you all weekend and to go 1-1-1. It must be something dreams are made of.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend was just perfect, winning every single session. I was just the best, so no, super happy about it. Super good riding, felt good all weekend long, and can't complain.
What's the adrenaline like? I saw you yesterday, you looked across at the crowd on the first lap over the big triple. What's the adrenaline like when you're leading on that first lap and the crowd's cheering you on with a whole shot?
It's a nice feeling. Everybody here, it's ready to support me, so I gotta deliver too, and this makes it puts a little bit pressure on me, but I could deal very good with it and make it happen, get the victory home, and it was just a perfect day. I mean, after a day like today, it's after a weekend like this, I'm pretty much speechless. My riding has been on point and just everything, so can't say much.
Is this the best you've ever been on a 450? Because I don't even think you made a mistake today. And is this the fastest you've been? Like, you're actually showing us your real speed this year?
Yeah, I think I'm getting better and better. So I think this is the start of something. Like I said, last year was already a very good year, very consistent. I think this year we are even better, even faster, fitter. So hopefully we can keep this progression and get even better.
Speaking to Stefan Everts, he raced Supercross early in '92, and he said it made him more aggressive and faster for GPs. Do you feel that's what's helped you coming into MXGP with your Supercross, or what specifically has improved you with Supercross?
Well, you know, I get this question a lot, and I think it's more about freshness. I just did something completely different this winter, and it helps me to keep enjoying what I do. And I mean, try. You know, when you ride Supercross, it's so much different to motocross. You gotta also try to get like learn new things, and these things that you learn, you can maybe transfer all these into motocross. So maybe it helped me. I think so. I mean, I'm ready to go. So for sure.
And what did you enjoy most about your Supercross experience? You had mud, you had triple crowns, you had a dry Anaheim one. It was all a lot coming at you really quickly.
Yeah, it was a pity. Pretty much two out of the 4 races I did were on the mud. So Anaheim 1, everything was very new. Anaheim 2, it was the last one, it was a triple crown. So I got a bit of everything, but I think dry conditions are the best, and it's a totally different world. So it was cool.
What do you enjoy more about America compared to GPs, and what do you enjoy more about GPs compared to America?
Well, more about GPs than America. I think the fact that I know pretty much how everything works, right? I know if I have a race in the sand in the next weeks, I gotta train sand. If I race on hardpack, I get to train hardpack, and I know the tracks, I know where to go, and it just and I feel very good with my team, you know. So I think that's a very big plus. America, I just feel like just the whole championship puts the riders in another level. And the competition, it's also, it's just different because it's Supercross. We don't ride Supercross over here, so we are totally new there. But I think it's cool that the championship, tries to get the best out of every single rider and put so much time and effort to put that rider to the next level and try to make like star out of a rider. And I think that's quite cool. Just how the format, the program of everything, I like it, one-day format, and it's just a little bit like a show there, so it's just different.
And the media seems to like you. They seem to get a lot of respect from the other riders.
Yeah.
Even Jet congratulated you, I saw at Anaheim, for your performance. Is that nice to get that, not just the respect, but people seem to enjoy having you over there?
Yeah, I was actually surprised and super happy about how everybody responded when I was there. Also about the media really, got involved with me and really they were really kind to me. So also the championship. So it was cool. It was cool for me. It was a good time. They made it more fun. They made it more cool, and I just enjoyed it.
And you probably can't say, but do you know what you're doing next year, or are you still negotiating or making a decision?
Right now, I'm super focused on MXGP, and that's my only goal. Keep winning like this weekend, and that's my goal.
And just on your technique, it looks like you can put the bike anywhere you want. Do you feel like you're just always in control of the bike, no matter how fast you're going? Because it looks like you've just incredible control of a motorcycle.
Well, I think that bike allows me to do it more now. With being like a few years ago, I was struggling a lot with the bike. I really didn't feel like it. I'm still the same rider. It's just that the bike, it's allowing me to do what I want to do. And now it's getting to that level where it's starting to feel like comfortable, and it's starting to feel like I can play with it, and when I can do that, I can do races like today. So we still have room to improve, so it's cool.
You look like it was an MX2 race from 4 years ago. Is that how you felt? You look so confident and so happy and relaxed, even though it's your home GP.
Yeah, I think like yesterday in the first moto, it felt kind of like that. Second moto team was just behind me, and they were pushing hard, but I still could, I was managing the gaps, and it was the level is super hard. It's super high. So full respect to all these guys. They're super fast, and cool.
Good job, brilliant ride.
Overall, a solid weekend. Obviously, you want to win GPs, but a podium is also a good day. So overall, solid day. You're still healthy after 2 rounds. Content enough with that?
Yeah, I have to say, I have to be satisfied. Today the track was not easy. First moto didn't have the best start. I have to came through the back, make some nice quick passes in the beginning to came on the second place, and then second one I had a better start. I was with Jorge there and also Roman. So all 4, let's say the fastest ones, we were like in front. So the pace and riding was good. Happy to finish 2-2. Solid points for a championship. It's still early in the season. Just second GP, but I think it's important to be consistent. To not make let's say big mistakes, and so far so good.
And just on the second moto, you sort of touched on it there. It was nice to see the big 4 get away, and they were all there in the first lap. Looked like the pace was high. Did it feel high out there? How close were you to 100%?
To feel high, I mean, the pace was good. We were pushing, and even the lap times were quite good. Especially on. I tried to push towards the end. I drop a little bit the lap times, and I close a little bit to Prado, but then when we get to the lappers was quite difficult. They didn't really move. It was not easy because the ruts were super deep. From one corner to the other was just one line, so they couldn't really move out of it. But anyway, yes, I think second race was a good one.
And just on your guy, obviously he was very, very fast today, but I think the big thing is the first few laps. He's obviously always getting the whole shot, and he's very quick in the first 2 laps. Maybe between now and Riola, work on the starts and maybe the first couple of laps sprint speed, because you can't afford to let him get away.
Yeah, exactly. We all know that Jorge is a good starter, and I think with doing Supercross, what he was doing Supercross this year, and I know from my experience, they're racing it's just first 2 laps is super intense. So I think you get that from Supercross racing, you know. But yeah, I mean, we are always working on the starts, you know, and I feel that we improved this year at the starts a little bit, but still plenty of room to improve. Definitely. It's way more easier if you start in front, you know, second, third, or first, you know, because you have a clear track in front of you. You can pick your lines, less risk as well. So yeah, we are working on it, you know, trying to be always in front.
What was your thoughts on the track this weekend? Obviously, yesterday no track prep whatsoever, so it was very, very technical. Today, maybe more open, not quite as ruddy, but still technical out there.
Yeah, yesterday was super rough. Many people, lines, ruts, you know. But even today now, they were fixing a little bit, so they open up a little bit the outsides, you know, make the dangerous spots a little bit flatter. What was really good, you know. It makes racing better, let's say, and more safer. So yeah, overall was a Spain, let's say, you know. I kind of like expect that from coming here. Previous years, you know, was always like that, ruddy, quite bumpy. So.
And what's your thoughts on having a GP here? Obviously a man-made track, but you've got the Mall and a big crowd in Madrid. I think MXGP, as well as going to the old school tracks, it's important to bring GPs to places like this because it's easier for people to come.
I think it's good, you know, and we are close to the capital, to Madrid, so always many people show up. You could see today on the podium, you know, was so many people, and that's super nice to see. And even like, it's kind of like they put tribunes, it's like a stadium, you know, so you can hear them really loud when you're riding. So I think, yes, it's important to keep the old school tracks, you know, but also some GPs like that, it's not too bad.
And obviously you're from Slovenia. Slovenia doesn't have an MXGP World Championship at the moment. Is that something you like? I think every top rider should have a home GP.
I mean, yes, I hope I can.
Do you think there's any tracks that it would be possible at, or would they have to build one?
They will have to make it like how it's here, you know, like just maybe for a event or something like that, just for a world championship, because we don't have like a track that have enough space, you know, for all the paddocks, for all the public, you know, all these things. But yeah, I just hope that it's gonna happen, you know, before I finish my career.
And obviously you've got the new prototype Honda. You made the debut in the International Italian Championship. How did you feel first jumping on the bike, and between then and now, have you made many changes to make it better?
Yeah, the new Honda is good, you know. I'm really happy, and I felt immediately really comfortable on it when I see it first time on it back in November last year. We haven't really did too many changes since the races, you know, like that I did in Italian Championship, because I was quite quick, comfortable on it, you know. We found a good base, good setup, and yeah, we didn't change quite a lot. Of course, clickers here to here, you know, like from track to track. Obviously, you have to change, but like nothing too big.
And last question, obviously it was technical track. It was easy to make a mistake out there, but actually you were really smooth this weekend. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah, I think it's really important on the tracks like that to be smooth, you know. More you are aggressive, more you're making mistakes, more you're losing the power, let's say, you know, because the track was really sketchy, and if you were too aggressive was not good, you know. So yeah, definitely I'm working on it, you know, to be smooth, to use less clutch, because I usually use a lot of clutch, so it helps you, you know, when you are not using that much clutch, that you became a bit more smoother. So yeah, we are working on these kind of things. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for your time.
Stefan Everts, really good ride for Liam. I was surprised how competitive he was. Were you surprised for his first race in, I guess, 4 weeks and not much bike time?
No, sure, I was surprised, you know, we didn't know what to expect, and he was 23 days off the bike, so the healing process went really quick. He just did three sessions of riding just before coming here, so it was not too much, but physically he was still in a good shape. Mm-hmm. He trained really hard on that side, and yeah, you don't know what to expect, you know, speed-wise, where is he, but first moto he showed really good speed, and you know, Kai was exceptional fast, and but he was competing with the second and third place. They came really close over the finish line. Second moto, I think he blew it a bit in the first half a lap, and then he started to struggle. And I think the whole moto was a bit of a struggle for him. He didn't complain about his thumb, so that was good.
Yeah.
So that only can get better from here. And
I think he scored some good points. But yeah, it was a very positive weekend.
And were you able to help him mentally after the injury? You've been through that yourself, working all winter, feeling good, and then getting injured. Is that where you can really help his mindset to turn that around quickly? Or
Liam is really strong on that side. A couple of hours after they knew what was going on and what needed to happen, he already put the click in his head and he already started to look positive. Before the operation, he was already making his plans and looking at it on the positive side. So he's really good on that side.
just a word on Jorge Prado. You did AMS Supercross in '92 with not much prep. His results were kind of similar to yours, where you both showed you could do it, you had the technical ability. What were your thoughts on his performance, and what are your memories of your Supercross season?
Well, I remember coming back from the US. I was coming back and smoking everybody. The aggression you build up around Supercross is immense, and you only can get it with Supercross, and you can see that. But over that, Jorge got world champion. You see that he have a big confidence. He shows that in his riding, and his riding looks really easy and comfortable. You don't need to take any risk and push. His starts are good. So at the moment he's on another planet. Season is still long, so still can go any direction.
And it looks like he's gonna go to America. You chose to stay in GPs. Do you think it's a good move for him, or given the level he's at in GPs, would it be better for him to stay?
It's not up to me to decide that. That's up to Jorge. I think he's for sure. He's got the capabilities to do that and go to the US and try and compete on a high level there. He showed that in the races he's done so far. So if he makes a decision, it's a dream from him since a long time. He's been speaking about it, and I think now it's the time to do it. If he really wants to do it, it's now the time. If he waits a few more years, then it's too late.
And he looks like you on the bike, just a bit smaller. Do you feel like you're watching yourself around there? Especially today, he was perfect.
Yeah, many people say that that we look very similar riding style, and of course it's nice to hear that. And Jorge is exceptional. He has a super talent to ride a motorcycle, and it's very natural to him. And for me, it was the same. So in a way we look similar, but I mean he's a different personality, and he's different in another way, and that's good for the fans, to have an idol like Jorge. He's a very big example for the sport and a great ambassador.
And is it nice to have America give you credit for your riding style, even if it's through Jet Lawrence? They seem to have discovered your riding style 30 years later.
It's very, very nice of the Lawrence family, to still respect the time that we spent together in Europe, and we gave it all to the family, and they gave it all to us, and it's nice that they didn't forget those good days we had together. And I'm enjoying a lot seeing Jet doing so well in Supercross, and I wish him the best, and even also Hunter. He had some struggle there at one point, but I think he still can learn a lot from his younger brother Jet, but it's nice to see them.
Brilliant, Stefan, thank you very much. Thank you. Rasmus, this must be a pretty dream season for you so far as a team manager. Lucas absolutely flying, Kai really on top of his potential now over those injuries from last year where it looked like he was going to do this. Now he's doing it this year. What are your thoughts on both riders and from a team manager's point of view?
Well, obviously for the whole team I'm extremely happy. This is a dream start for us, but I'm also very well aware of knowing that we need to enjoy these moments, and we need to keep the feet on the ground now and keep moving in this direction. As a team, the riders are both in a great position. We need to stay healthy and like I say, enjoy these moments also, because GP victories doesn't come easy. I know that for a fact, and it can turn around really quickly. So my wishes, and I really hope that we can stay healthy with both guys this year, and just continue on this positive path. GP victory or no, we need to keep a positive vibe around everything, and keep moving forward and go for it.
They seem to get on quite well. Obviously they could be rivals for a title later in the season, but I saw them racing scooters there on Friday or whatever it was, so there seems to be a good vibe within the team. But is it, I guess, your responsibility to keep that even as the pressure heightens at the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean obviously it's to have two title contenders in the same class under 110 is not a walk in the park. It's important obviously to be that both know that from my side, there is just as much attention to either rider, and if any conflicts comes up, I need to be careful. I need to have my facts before I go into it. And there's emotions. This sport is full of emotions. This is why we all love it, and so far it's going good. It's I couldn't be happier, and we keep going this way.
In Argentina, they were battling pretty hard, and I was actually thinking of you. You must be pretty nervous right now. How is it watching them when they're close together from your point of view? Because they're both pretty aggressive and they're both really fast at the minute.
No, well, honestly, Argentina first gate drop of the season, qualifying race, it was too close.
Okay.
For a qualifying race, and for it to be that, both guys know that. We talked about it. Is it going to be close again later on? For sure.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's important that they both respect their teammates. They obviously want to beat each other, which is fine, which is how it has to be. But also being teammates, there needs to be respect.
Yeah.
And I feel that there is at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's something that we need to manage as a team.
Yeah.
Not only me, we need to manage
Okay.
this as a team, and those guys on the track also need to manage it. And I'm quite confident that they'll be fine.
Talk about Lucas last week, or Argentina. He was really, really fast, and then he had the crash. Obviously the injury he was riding with, and then the crash again, and the couple of turns to go in the last moto. How was he, and as an ex-rider, do you feel you can relate or empathise with these situations that he's going through?
Look, in situations like that, I'm heartbroken for my rider.
Yeah.
In a situation like that in Argentina, on one point we were over the moon, winning the first GP. We had the red plate going into Sunday with Lucas, and then he had a very difficult Sunday, and Kai had a very good Sunday. So in my position, you're split as a team manager in that situation, and you're obviously extremely happy with the GP victory, but on the other hand, you see a guy going through what he went through and fighting so hard for the second moto with pain and with two corners to go. What should I do? I'm not gonna stand there and yell at him. He did really good and he did good this weekend as well. And it's a long season. I still believe that he can fight till the end.
And that's part of your role, I guess, to be a man manager, to know when to be hard on a rider and know when to be soft on a rider, and you've lived it as well. So does that help understand what to say to the guys?
Know when to be hard and know when to be soft. Like on race weekends, we have to manage the situation as best as we can, and for me, positivity builds positivity, and it's not always going to be positive. It's not always going to be smooth weekends. The riders can be feeling, there's 20 weekends, 20 GPs. You're not always going to feel great. As a rider, you're not always going to feel amazing on your bike. And those weekends are the weekends that you need to work together to get the maximum. When your bad weekends are not too bad, and your good weekends are very good, that's when it starts to be interesting. So that's the approach we're trying to have and have had all the time. But we need to enjoy this moment. But tomorrow morning it's Monday. And it's Monday regardless, so need to look forward.
Red Bull KTM have been the guys winning the championships for the KTM group. How much pressure has there been? You're the team manager, so you're going to have to take a lot of that to get Husky to this point. Just not you, obviously, but the riders, the team members, to become a championship level team. And do you feel now that everything's in place? You've got everything in place to do that?
It's too early to say, honestly.
Okay.
I don't really. It's a good question, but I haven't thought about it like that.
Okay.
Like I said, it's very early. I'm very happy for the position we are in, but I don't even want to talk about a championship or this or that. My riders are doing great for the moment. We have 2 GPs in. We have 18 to go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gate drops to go.
Yeah.
So, the dreams are there. It has been there the last 4 years. We will see. I'm generally happy with how everything's going.
And finally, how is Kai to work with? He's so much talent. He kind of went up like this and then dipped last year with those injuries. Mentally, it looked really difficult for him to take, and yet he's come back this year, maybe in the form of his life. So you must be really proud of what he's done. But how is he to work with on a day-to-day basis?
Look, I've worked with Kai since he was 13.
That's
you know.
right.
So I've seen the development. I've been with him all the way, and obviously now on the coaching side, on the riding side, it's more Ruben, being involved, and I am not on a daily basis out with my guys on the track anymore like I used to, and I think that's only for the better. But I see what's going on, and I'm obviously in contact with my guys and my riders very closely. But Kai have developed, and like you said, last year he was also doing really good. He was leading the championship. He got injured, and we were fighting with this injury. He was fighting really hard with this injury, and it was not easy. It's not easy riding around injured and having to fight and keep fighting. At one point, it becomes extremely difficult. So he's had a good winter. He's feeling great, and let's see where it brings us.
So do you miss racing yourself because you got to this level and then injuries hit you? Do you get the fulfillment from seeing what these guys doing and being so involved, or is there still a part of you that when they're all on the line and that gate drops, you're like, I'd still love to be out there?
No, that went away a few years ago.
Okay.
I'm 32 now.
Right.
I would be probably at the end or coming close to it now. So had you asked me 5 years ago, I would still have that feeling in my stomach of like, that should be me. I only got that one chance, and then
And that's hard to deal with
it
mentally, was it?
Of course it was, but I was still grateful to be involved. But now, like I said, it would have been close to the end anyway. So I'm very glad to be in this position, and just trying to do something good and be involved with the sport. I'm super grateful for that.
Brilliant, thank you. You've made the best of it for sure. Thank you.
A good weekend for you in the end. Qualifying race was okay. The last 3 laps weren't the best. First moto was okay, but you came out firing in that last moto, so you must be really happy with how you ended the weekend.
Yeah, I'm really happy. After Argentina we found some really good things on the bike, and now I feel comfortable on my bike, and actually I'm super happy. I think just 2 more GPs to get there, to get in my best level, and then we are ready.
And in the second moto, I would say you still looked a different rider compared to the first moto. Did you change anything on the bike, or was it maybe just mentality?
No, it was just more mental, because like I said, I've been testing a lot, I've been trying many things, but I've not been ride with the same bike for a long time, So actually every session I was improving, because I was discovering more the bike and finding the limit of the bike. So I'm super happy.
And Kai was obviously, he's been very fast all season actually, so to pass him and win the moto, that must feel really good.
Yeah, for sure. Kai is doing a really good season. At the moment, I think he never went out of top 2. So it's really a good score at the moment. But I mean, we are many riders that can fight for the win, and just need to do everything good, like take good start, good time practice, and we will be there.
And is it a bit of relief, a bit of weight off your shoulders to win your first moto this year? Obviously, I wouldn't say it was a disaster or anything like that, but you weren't maybe at the level you had last year, so does it feel great to get a moto win so early in the season?
For sure, because this moto win meant a lot for me, because I went through a complicated winter, not really smooth like I had last year. So it was important for me actually have those type of confirmations.
Yes.
And so this moto for me was really important, and shows to myself that I can be there. I'm fast, and my physical condition is not on top, is not the top, but is there. So everything is there. We just need to connect all the points, and then we will be there.
You said there it was a complicated winter. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes and no. Just didn't find the right setup straight away, that took a little bit too long. And I missed some training, but I'm now ready, and it will be fine.
And obviously you're MX2 World Champion last year, unbelievable season. How did you feel coming into the season this year? Because obviously everyone's talking about you. You're the guy to beat, being the reigning champion.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Not so much pressure. I mean, after Argentina, I went on with 7-5 or 8-5, something like that. But I was not so worried. I was okay. This was what I could do today, and I did. I took some good points, and that's it. But I didn't felt also before to arrive Argentina that I had to win. I had to show that I was a champion. You know, that I was champion. I showed already last year. Now it's a new season, it's a new year, and it will be fine.
And obviously you're an Italian living in Belgium. I think this is your second year living in Belgium. What's it like living there? Obviously the winter is very, very tough, riding a snowy llama, so it must be quite tough, but I suppose having your girlfriend and your little dog Turbo must help.
Yeah, for sure. It's helping quite a lot. I mean, life in Belgium is quite different compared to Italy. Especially this winter was really tough because we had so much rain, and when it was not raining, it was like -7, -8, so it was freezing. So it was really tough. But actually, I try to enjoy because I'm living my dream. I'm riding for the best team in the paddock. I'm living my dream. I'm super happy. So yeah, it's and also with Ellen and with Turbo, it's everything more easy.
And I think you're a good role model for riders. I mean, when you were racing the EMX 150 Championship, did you ever think back in those days you'd be a factory KTM rider and a world champion already at this young age? You've quite the journey.
No, actually no. I was what I was dreaming and what I was working for. But in the life, not everything that you dream is gonna happen, you know. So it's I'm really happy about how everything is going. I'm super happy and I'm living my dream, like I said.
Perfect. Thank you. Only your second GP in the Triumph. Progress. I think that was a very solid weekend for you. You must be happy.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of progress. Started off pretty rough, pretty tight. I didn't have the best approach in the free practice, and that kind of ruined my Saturday. Overall, I was tight from the beginning, and then in the quali race had a early crash on the first lap, so came from the back. But in general, didn't feel great. I was not in the best of moods, and then today was different. You know, I was kind of pissed off, whether I can say it or not. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not very happy coming into today with my Saturday, so I was determined to make a good result, and I had much better starts today, and in the second motor especially I felt good. So every session I improved. I still got a lot of work to do. You know, there's the front three that are quite a ways faster than what I am, and that's where I want to be. You know, so we have some work to do.
Obviously you had a pretty good team with Jackie Martins last year, but this is your first time being a full factory rider, and it's a new factory. Just what's it been like working with these guys at Triumph? It seems pretty legit, even though they're their first year in the paddock.
Oh yeah, 100%. Everyone is experienced there, so it's not necessarily the first year in the paddock.
Yeah.
It's Triumph's first year for sure, but they're very experienced, very knowledgeable, smart. You know, they know what they're doing. Very hard workers. They have long days, I can tell you that. So it's good for me. You know, it kind of holds me accountable if I don't want to do this or that. I think could also be one of them. You know, working 18-hour days. So it's good, it holds me accountable. They know what they're doing. I have a good bike, good setup, you know, smart people around me to help me on the weekend, like Clement. He's a big help for me. So it's a very good team. A lot of expectations, obviously, a lot of pressure, but I'm enjoying it.
And I believe you actually signed the contract without even riding the bike. That could seem a bit of a risk, but obviously you knew you were behind this project and the people had involved, and it goes to show it was worth the risk, because already 2 GPs in and the bike looks mega.
No, 100%. It's obviously a new bike. There's always a risk, but with my manager, you know, we took the risk. Factory team is always where you want to be, and my manager kind of knew the team and who was going to be there, who wasn't, and he knew the guys were real good at their jobs. So in that kind of environment, you know whether the bike's going to be good or not. They'll get it right because they are smart people and they know what they're doing, motivated as well. So there was slight less risk, I would say, in that, because my manager knew what we were getting ourselves into. And yeah, like you said, it played out perfectly. The bike is already a very good bike.
And when you first got on the bike, how did you feel on the bike? Was it different than anything you've rode in the past? And have you made many changes throughout the winter from the start to now?
I don't know necessarily what it felt like the first time I got on. Like, you can't really relate it to any other bike. It's very much a mix. It's almost like a tall Honda, I would say. You know, it turns really well, very maneuverable, but at the same time it's definitely not a Honda. It's something else. So I'd say it's its very own bike. It has a lot of personality, a lot of different traits compared to the other bikes I've been on, and I haven't necessarily made any big changes. I've gone harder on springs because my pace has gone up, but for the rest there's been nothing major. I was on and off with start devices, whole shot launch control, whatever you call it. I was a bit on and off with that. Now I found a good solution with that, and I would say that's been the biggest question mark and change for me. But for the rest, there was nothing.
And what was it like over winter? I think you spent quite a lot of time in Spain riding with Miguel Harab. Obviously, he's more experienced than you. What was it like spending a lot of time with your first factory team and having him as a teammate? He's a pretty good reference.
100%. You know, it was podium in Argentina. He's one of the faster guys in the class, and arguably he belongs in that front group. You know, with Kai and whoever else. So it's been good. I've kind of had a target on him. Whether he likes it or not, I don't know. Do you like it? Do you like it? So it's been good to gauge where I'm at. You know, and he's like you see, he's cool. He's a nice teammate. It's a relaxed environment around the whole team. Everyone is chill, cool, friends, you know. So it's been good. We had a long winter, but it was in Spain, good weather, good tracks. So that was also kind of a relief, you know. You could set a week plan and you would never be screwed by rain or this or that, as if you were staying in Belgium, you know. Lommel was closed for 3 months, so it was a very good decision from the team to be down in Spain. And
you mentioned Clement Desalle earlier. Just in what way is he able to help you? What things has he been helping you with? Obviously, he's been there, done it, won plenty of GPs. Unfortunately, he never got the world title, but he certainly wasn't far away.
No, like you say, a lot of experience, and he's kind of learned. As I've learned him, I've learned stories about him and what he's come from, and he's kind of done everything himself. So he's really experienced every single thing. So no matter what kind of questions I have or question marks on the track or anything, he can kind of tell really well because he's been through it all by himself. So he's learned it himself, and he's very hard. Where I would say I'm the complete opposite character. I'm more laid back and don't really care much about this and that and organization and whatnot, where he's the complete opposite. So he's played a big part in, like he says, winning the little battles, you know, being organized, having everything ready for whatever might go wrong, whether there's a 1% chance or 80% chance. You always have to be prepared. So he's kind of gotten me into that mentality that I need to be ready and organized, prepared for everything. And then obviously on the bike there's so much that I thought I knew a lot until I started training with him, and I have a lot to learn still. It was really surprising.
And obviously last year was your rookie season in MX2, but you missed the first half of the season. It's nice you're able to start this season. It's your first full season really in the class. What's the level like this year in MX2? Those rookies, there's a few fast rookies, and I think a start's very important, but the tramp looks good out of the gate, which is a positive.
Yeah, exactly, it's good out the gate. The rider not so much, you know. Sometimes I mess my start up, but no, the bike is good luckily out the gate, which has obviously been a big help. But at the moment I have to, maybe it's a bias thing or not, but like the level at the moment in the class is unreal. There's, like you say, there's these rookies coming in, Rossi and Zanki, and
very fast.
They are fast, they are on it, and not scared, that's for sure, you know. So, and then you have Mikko, who's 23 in his last year, experienced, fast, not scared, can start. Like there's so much depth, I feel like, compared to the years before where it was just Tom and Jago kind of in their own level. Although we see now the Wolf and Langefelder, they kind of also have their little pocket of speed that no one's really, you know. Lucas is there also.
Adamo was good today.
Adamo, I don't know, I haven't watched the races, but you know, there's a couple more contenders, I would say, that these years than there has been previously, and especially last year. Last year I thought I was good already, and I've improved a lot over this winter, and I'm still 7th, as of today, 7th place guy, so it's shocking. I don't like it. I want to be in the front, you know, so I would rather have everyone kind of be slower and less competitive, but it is what it is.
You'll have to work harder.
Yeah, exactly.
And just, we've got Raiola next in the gnarly sand. Have you done much gnarly sand riding, and how do you feel with the new bike in the sand?
No, I think we've done 3-4 days, maybe 5.
So that's the plan between now and Raiola?
So we'll be in the sand for these 2 weeks, but anyways, with Jackie last year I was often in Lommel, and then the years before even just been training sand throughout the winter. So honestly, I consider myself more of a sand guy these days, so I'm really looking forward to Raiola. And I did have 2 days in the sand before coming here last week, so, and they were good. They were very good, speed wise, physically wise. I'm really good at the moment. I know the two motos and Raiola should be good. So I'm looking forward to it. I kind of feel like that's a separator, you know, from men and boys. I look forward to that.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. Just to go back, you've obviously been a GP rider for a long time, but you haven't been in the paddock for quite a while. Before you got the role at Triumph, what was life like without motocross?
Yeah, exactly. I was like 2 years without to be in the paddock, but I was in contact with the team and Triumph to develop the bike. So after a few meetings, it was really going positive. Also for the team, like so many people I was working before, and we were on it. I could see the bike first, and had a small try to help my decision, let's say. And then I was working like 1.5 years on the bike, and then developed the bike many months, many times. And it's good to see the result of the bike on a race.
It's good, eh?
You know, and it's really nice to see that the bike is running good, let's say.
And just when was the first time you got on the bike? And I have to say, you did a very good job keeping it from the media. It was very, very secretive.
We were in contact in end of 2022, and then we start from there to have the idea for the future. So mainly like in 23, you know, to be really on it. And I see many things going on after the first time I was on the bike, and it was good to see, let's say, all the steps and also the activity of the company, you know. And that was good to see. Also, I knew that I was working with people who are really active on it, and that's really great to work like that, you know.
And obviously for your GP career you were actually a 450 rider, but obviously you were testing a Triumph 250. What was that like? Because obviously you weren't the most experienced 250 rider, but you can ride a bike at the end of the day, so it probably wasn't too much different.
No, exactly, yeah. It was like many years that I was not back on the 250, and so this for sure I knew that I will need to adapt myself, and it's another riding style. But me and the guys who have experience with me knew that it could fit, you know, to anyway feeling. They know that I will adapt myself, and to test the bike also it was good enough. But finally I can say now, after riding a lot with the 250, that I was surprised that I enjoyed that much to ride the 250, and few places I can even be like faster than 450, few track. Some place, I mean. Of course, sometimes you need the power, but that was great to see, and also interesting. And I had a good feeling to develop the 250. I could adapt my riding style, so it was nice to see that, and pretty fun actually.
And what's it like being in the Grand Prix paddock, but not as a rider? Less pressure, so that must be quite good.
Actually, you know, my situation is test rider, but for the moment I do the couple of first few races with the guys to help them, and as my test, I don't have so much crazy test for the moment. So let's say I'm the first race I was there, and first of all to see the bike that I've developed many months, to see it at the first GP that the bike running with the guys, it was really something special to be there. So I will do a few more races with them to help, but that's we will see after that.
And obviously Camden, coming from South Africa, what's it been like working with him in the short time? Obviously it's his first time as a factory rider as well, so this is all new to him.
Yeah, and you know, something is important, is like my personality. I like when I'm doing a job, for example, or when I was riding, that end of the day I feel like, okay, I did a good job, or I'm feeling useful, you know. If it will not be the case, it will be really complicated for me. And actually with the young guys, I see that I can help them quite a lot with many things, and then also line. So I feel useful, you know, on days. But it's true that it's without riding and without racing on the paddock and on GP track, it's something different. But it's a bit more relaxed for me, yeah.
And Mikael Harp, a very big year for him because it's his last year racing the MX2 World Championship. He's got a little bit more experience than Camden, but the first round, amazing, a podium. Would you have expected that coming into the season? And now he has to try and maintain it, that's the hard bit.
Yeah, it's true. You have a bit more experience, and I had to expect that it's hard to answer. But by the way, with what I was seeing, and also, I mean, from him riding and what the bike is able to do already, that the team and I, the direction we take when we develop the bike, and then we see how it's going with the rider. I will not say yes that we were expecting this, but anyway we go to fight. They go to fight for a good place and for a podium. In a small interview that we had before Argentina there, we speak about it because you know, all the team and are working for that, and it's a team who believe in them and work hard to get this, and this is the priority here. So that's a really good thing.
And just on Triumph, you've obviously got the link with Ricky Carmichael. Have you been able to meet him? I think you were in America a few weeks ago. What's it like meeting him, the GOAT of America?
Yeah, actually we meet there. It was like on a launch presentation of the bike, and it was really nice actually. It was cool to be back on the standard bike, all there together. And by the way, I enjoy a lot on the standard bike. Like, it's a really good bike to buy and feel good directly. That's good. I mean, me as a passionate is what I will search for, to buy a bike, and it's directly ready to have fun, you know, and to feel comfortable. So we were all riding on standard bike, and we had a good time, and it was good to share like some different opinion and different racing history, and ride all together with the press, and it was great.
And obviously next year there's going to be a 450. Has development started on the 450 yet, and how's that going?
Yeah, we are not there yet, but everything getting fixed. I cannot say so much more about it, but yeah, that's the plan for sure, to come with a 450 in the future.
And obviously you're Belgian. Since you've retired, there's a few new Belgian hotshots in the paddock. Lucas Koenen, Sasha Koenen, Liam Everts. You must be happy to see the latest Belgian talent emerging in the GP motocross.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's really nice to see them being really good and being there. But in the same time, it's a country that I don't really understand so much, because
tracks are closing.
The motorsport is not going well there. Every track is getting closed. So you know, those guys are, even in my time, it was already like on the negative way, and it's really sad to see. So those guys who come today, they also like really want it, and then work really hard to get it done. But so it's good, let's say, Belgian rider, but I mean, it's nothing to do with Belgium, unfortunately. So, and that's a shame. That's a shame. But the mentality, I think, there of the people and the politics is going bad, and that's bad for the total motorsport, unfortunately. But anyway, it's good to see that few riders are still coming, and then they are actually really good.
First WMX race, podium here in Spain. You must be delighted with how your weekend went. You obviously can't win the championship at the first round, but you can lose it, so very solid start to the season.
Yes, it started off really well. Yesterday I was fast in type practice and got second in the first moto. Wasn't too bad, speed was there, and now I got second, and I passed for the start. So I was leading for a while, and then I got back to second. I fought for it, was really close on the finish, but more wasn't in for this weekend. I gave it all I have, and I think me and Daniela made a big gap to P3, so yeah, the championship is on.
And you and Daniela, especially in that second moto, it was amazing to watch. What was it like being part of that battle, and the crazy Spanish fans? I'm sure even you heard them as well.
Well, when I was leading, I knew exactly how far Daniela was behind me because of the crowd. But I was really enjoying the ride. I love the track. Yeah, she gave me a lot of pressure, but I'm happy with the second overall.
And like you said, I mean, you gapped the third place, was 1 minute and 24 seconds, I think. Unbelievable level. Did it feel like you were pushing out there? It was a high level?
Well, I had some parts where I wasn't really fast. So yeah, there's a lot of room to improve still for me. But if I watch the last year now on this track, I definitely improved a lot. I couldn't even catch up here last year. So yes, I'm really happy about it.
And just on the track, obviously you can ride fast everywhere, but it wouldn't be your main skill set, I would say. That's obviously sand, so you must be happy to start the weekend and have the same pace as the winner really in these type of conditions. It must give you a lot of confidence.
Yes, definitely. My brother said if you get on the podium this weekend would be amazing. And yeah, I was fighting for the win, so I'm definitely good on speed. Now we're going on to the sand, so yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And that triple, you've pretty much done it all weekend. It was amazing to watch, and some GP guys weren't even doing it. It must make you proud that you're able to do stuff that some GP guys can't even do.
Well, it was pretty far, and first time I tried it was pretty scary, but after a while I got used to it and I just send it every day.
And obviously last year you were working with your family. It was a very privateer setup. You've joined the Deportes Yamaha. Just how is all going with the team and being underneath this big awning?
It's going quite well. I'm happy with the team and I finally got a trainer that fits me well. So yeah, I think we improved a lot with that as well. Last year was really privateer and pretty amateur, let's say. So yeah, I'm happy about the setup now.
And just on the Yamaha, how long did it take you to adapt to the new bike? Obviously you were Kawasaki for quite a while.
Well, it wasn't really too hard. I went to the USA and I first tried the 23 bike, and when I came back to 24 and I was used to it pretty fast. I got my race bike pretty late, but I'm really happy with the bike now. It's the best bike I've ever had, so that's good.
And just on the off season, how was that? Did you change anything compared to last year? And obviously you mentioned America there. What was it like going over to race new tracks, new competition in America?
Well, it's a lot different, especially the races. You know, here we get free practice and races on the same day, and on Sunday we have a few laps, but there you just wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and you go to the gate and that's the race. No training, nothing. But yeah, I broke my arm when I came back, so I was out for a while. But I definitely had enough time to improve a lot, so yeah, happy about that.
And breaking your arm, how long were you off the bike for with that? Did it hinder your off season too much, or did you still have quite a lot of time in the bike for this first round?
No, I had 4 weeks off, and then I started riding. It was really, really bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I slowly started to get back to my rhythm again, and when I came back to my old level, I started to improving a lot, and yeah, that's where we're now.
And I have to say, you're an amazing ambassador for the sport. You've just stood here and signed posters for at least half an hour. Did you expect to get such a fan base so quickly? Because this is only your second year in WMX, and can you feel that you're helping the sport grow, especially on the women's side?
I think so, yes. But of course, the top girls always keep it growing. But yeah, I think I have a big impact with that. Just after the second moto, I couldn't even leave the podium. I needed a security guard to help me. So yes, there's a lot of people who enjoy me.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. Van Erp, just before we talk about this weekend, obviously you got a very big injury in Arnhem last year. Just how did that affect your winter, and have you had much bike time coming into this season?
I have quite a hard time also, still some pain in the beginning, and also with running in the beginning was quite hard, so to train in the beginning was quite hard, but now I don't have pain anymore, so I can do all the stuff, I can do training, so I put all the hours on the bike in France, so this is good, and now I feel comfortable on the bike, I feel myself a bit comfortable. I feel still not 100%, so this we need to still work on. But we can keep building from here, and let's see what we can do in Arco and the rest of the season.
And coming into the season, just how much bike time or much time in the bike did you have coming into the season? Obviously it wasn't a full off season, I don't think.
No, I start I think end of December, and then I think the third training after I crashed and I had something with the shoulder, so this cost me again 14 days.
Okay.
And then I go to Spain for one training stage. This went quite well. Still was not feeling good, so this was a bit frustrating for myself. And then the running was getting better and better. So in the end I started feeling good. And we did first pre-season race in Sommières. And then I did some good moto and also one not so good. So this was we learned from this. And then in the week after I had one crash with the photo shoot and I injured a bit my knee.
Okay.
So then I was again 7 or 10 days out. Okay. So it was quite shit to say, let's say. So off season was not going pretty well, but to start a season like this, with the off season I had is not so bad. So yeah, that's what to say. Let's keep building from here.
Yeah, and obviously just on this weekend, track very different both days, but you were able to get good starts and run at the front all weekend really. So you must be happy to get to end the round one with a podium, considering you didn't have a great pre-season.
Yeah, like I know I'm good in the start, so this is one of my best points in of all the moto. So this is yeah, really nice. Like I start 2 times in front. It's more easy also to get in a good rhythm, and this is good. But yeah, a little tip over cost me I think the win. So yeah, like the race was good. I was feeling good. So yeah, let's say and let's see what we can do and just train hard.
And what were your expectations coming into the first round this weekend? Obviously, after everything you just told me about the off season, and that must be very good for the confidence to end up with the podium.
Yeah, like the feeling. I was quite happy with the top 5. Let's say that was quite good, and I want to take some good points home. So and this I do. So I take a podium. So this is even more nice. And we did good for the championship. So yeah, and no, just not need to focus too much on the championship. Just ride, and I need to find myself and to be 100% and to show my potential. Let's say.
And obviously you're with the same brand in Yamaha, but the team has changed. It's a French-based team with VRT. What has that been like?
Yeah, like it's almost the same team than Hudde, just this team is located in France, and I train a lot in France to improve my hard pack. So, and this is for me, I know it's one of my points I need to work on. So this is also good for me to go there and have the hard pack training. And but the people is really nice, my mechanic is really nice, the trainer is good. So yeah, let's just need to building, and yeah, just happy about the weekend and yeah. Go on.
And obviously you had Carlos as a teammate before, but you've also got Janis as a teammate now. Do you do much riding with them, and what's it like spend a lot of time with them and with the Latvians? Do you work with them as well?
The last 2 weeks I spent with them, but the weeks before I was there alone and the boys were in Latvia. So sometimes we train together and we can learn from each other. But yeah, it's good to have these guys as teammates, and yeah, we can learn from each other and also from the trainer. So this is really nice to have these guys as teammates. Also, they have a good speed, so I can learn from them and they can learn from me, and so we can put each other more to the top.
And you're looking good in hardpack. Now you must be looking forward to sand in the future. If you're this good in hardpack, you should be even better in the sand.
Yeah, normally the sand is my specialty, so I'm not too much focused now on the sand because the first sand race will be in Latvia. So I'm gonna need to improve still the hard pack and yeah, just work on my physical stuff, and I will be back soon.
Thank you very much for your time. Lata, an unbelievable start to the season. It came down to the last few laps there. You must be over the moon to get the overall for the first round of this championship.
Yes, good start of the championship. Yesterday I take the pole position and win race 1. Today good start, but in the second lap and the corner I crash. The start I think in 10th position and push very hard for win the GP and finish second. I pass in the last lap Van Erp and Desalle, and yes, win the GP, well played. So good start of the championship.
And to win it that way must feel amazing. I mean, you sort of came from nowhere there with 2 laps to go. You were able to pass those 2 guys to get the job done. Must feel amazing to do it under those circumstances.
Yes, look in front Rasmus and Van Erp, so push out in the true last lap and push for win the GP. So this is good.
And I think you had an injury coming into Mantova. How is the injury now? And you're probably not even 100%. So to win, maybe not being 100%, must feel fantastic.
Yes, I crashed in Rome in the training 1 month ago, and restarted with the bike Sunday, and win in Mantova Italian Championship. And this week only 1 training, and back here for good race, and yes, win. So I'm happy.
And how does it feel on the bike? Is there any pain?
My hand, I broken my hand,
oh, yeah.
And now it's good.
It feels okay on the bike, no pain. Okay.
No.
And what was your thoughts on the Spanish track yesterday? Very, very ruddy. Overnight, a lot of water. Very different conditions, but it was still tricky.
Yesterday the track is very good and so fun. But today, this morning, so mad. And yes, I prefer track of yesterday. But yes.
And you're obviously still with the Bedini team, but this year they have official support from Gas. It looks like the equipment and the machinery is even better, which is obviously good for you.
Yes, a good training with my team in this winter, and yes, a good training now, and so now look the championship, the Italian championship and the European championship, and I don't know, big concentration for the whole year.
And what is the goal for the AMX Championship? Is it to win the title this year and go to MX2 next year? Is that the goal?
So for now the goal is win the championship, Italian and European, and next year I don't know.
And obviously you're Italian, you're good friends with Antonio Caroli. Is that a rider that you've looked up to throughout your career? And obviously he's retired now, but Italy is still in good hands with yourself.
Yes, good training in Rome with Tony, Jorge, Langesfelder, with the Garli team. And good training, yes, good preparation for the championship.
And how do you feel in the sand ahead of a few sand races this year? Do you feel good in those conditions as well?
Yes, good sensation on the sand, and now I think go Belgium before race on Lommel for training on the sand. But yes, I prefer this terrain, and yes.
And do you think this year you could maybe do a few MX2 GPs? We've seen you do a few in the past. Maybe this year, or is the full focus on the MX?
I think one race of World Championship MX2, but the focus is European.
Thank you.